guys, it's Maddie. So today, obviously you guys know these past couple lifestyle videos have been really long, and I hope you guys like it. I mean, it's kind of like watching a 20-minute TV show, but I want to just make sure that I'm moving my videos along so you guys don't get bored. So even if it is a long video, I just want to keep everything moving. So I have, I think it's 13 of tips and complete video topics that I'm going to be going about with my whole lifestyle series. I've come up with a list of 13 videos that I'm going to do, but I'm just going to give an overview of each of the topics, and then in each video that's coming after this we'll talk about it more in depth. So and it's all about loving yourself, how to love yourself, how to feel better about yourself, how to feel healthier, blah blah blah. First of all, I want to talk about those words, health and loving yourself and stuff like that. Healthy is not the same for everybody. I think going to your doctor and, your blood pressure should be where it needs to be, all those, vitals, all those things. If you have high cholesterol, then there's probably a problem. You probably need to cut down on eggs and, things like that to cut out the high cholesterol items in your diet, that kind of stuff. The way you look is not necessarily associated with your diet. People, because of my size, assume that, I probably have really high blood pressure. I actually have perfect blood pressure. My blood pressure is really amazing. And it's always been that way. So, different things. My cholesterol levels are great. Blah, blah, blah. All those things that you need to pay attention to. For me, one of the issues with my health is sugar. I eat carbs are a really big problem for me. So, and they are affecting my body. They have affected my body before. So that's one of those type of things that I try to kind of keep out of my diet. Eating so many carbs. I try to stay away from white carbs, stuff like that you just want to pay attention to. Go to your doctor and find out, okay, what are the problems? Not, sometimes your doctor will be like, well, just lose weight. No. You are in control of your health. If you are at your doctor's office, you are paying them. You tell them, I want you to give me a physical. I want you to tell me where my cholesterol levels are at, where all your levels are at, blood pressure, all that kind of stuff. And that's where you can go on from creating your diet plan. So that's what I would do first. Now to get on to my thing. One of my biggest tips for gaining confidence and start feeling good about yourself, when I was 14, 15, I could not look at myself in the mirror. I know that sounds really sad, but I just had such low self-esteem that I could not look in the mirror. I was scared to, I didn't like to. At one point I couldn't even go out of my house. I had to stay in the house. If I did, I couldn't go to crowded places. I couldn't go to the mall. I just couldn't go. I had panic attacks leaving the house sometimes. So my biggest tip for that is naked affirmations. So what you guys do, this is one of my biggest tips before you start this journey with me. The first thing you need to do is look in the mirror naked and tell yourself that you love you. No matter what you look like, no matter who you're dating or what clothes you have, that you love yourself unconditionally. The way that everybody loves you. All your family loves you and stuff like that. And not only that, my mom always told me to look at a picture of myself as a little kid. I love little kids. I love babies. I'm like mommy, I want to be a mom, all that stuff. I'm really mushy when it comes to kids. So my mom told me to look at myself and ask me, would I hurt the little girl version of me? Would I do things that were mean to myself, call myself names or, be self-destructive, hurt myself, those kind of things? Would you do that to your kid, to a little kid? No. So why are you doing that to yourself? Think of yourself as a little kid version of you, and it'll be so much easier to take care of yourself. Next. One of the other things is to being positive is to stop gossiping. So you have to stop gossiping, and I know that's a really hard thing. It's hard for me. It's hard for me to look at those gossip magazines and all that stuff, but gossip is such a, what is the word? Ugh. It's such a destructive thing. It's destructive to you, it's destructive to other people. One word of gossip can completely destroy a person's reputation. So really say pay attention to those friends you get around them. When you start talking about people, it really doesn't make you feel good. If you think about it, it really doesn't make you feel good. It's kind of a way, like a defense mechanism that we use to, oh, I'm comparing myself to her. Oh, well, I'm not as fat as she is. Or, you know, my hair isn't as stringy as hers is. You know, you're comparing yourself to somebody else, and that's not really fair. Like, you can't be anybody else, and nobody else can be you. And that's the brilliant thing about being a human being, that we're all completely different. Our DNA is all different. Unless you have a clone, or unless you're a clone of someone else, your DNA is completely different, and you are a unique person. And as cheesy as it sounds, it's true. There are things that only you can do. Only you can do. You're the best at it, you know, and you have to find that thing that you're good at, that I'm going to get to in this. But being your own unique person and not trying to be someone else. It's not fair for you to compare yourself to a celebrity or to Jennifer Aniston or whoever you idolize. I don't really idolize Jennifer Aniston, but for example, I know there are a lot of women that do. You can never be Jennifer Aniston. She is a multimillionaire. She has a team of people who make her look the way she does, including a Photoshop expert. So you couldn't, you know, it's not fair for you to compare yourself to her, because she doesn't even look like her in those magazines, and you guys know that. I know it's easy because guys look at Kim Kardashian and stuff like that, and they're like, they look at the airbrushed perfect version of her too, and they think that's real. Sometimes guys are stupid, but to know that that's not the real person. Kim Kardashian, while she may be gorgeous and, you know, she seems like she could be a nice person. I don't know her, but, you know, you never know how that person is in reality. They're all people. Celebrities aren't these magical people who happen to be nicer than everybody and wonderful. They have their bad days. They can be bitchy. Sometimes celebrities can be really mean, and you just don't know it because that's not the persona that their publicists and their PR people want them to project. So that's something to think about. Second, learn things. And I know this sounds... Learning things and knowing things can be a really powerful tool and can make you feel better about yourself. That I know this. Not just, oh, I know how to tie my shoe, or, you know, be really good at makeup. Which, honestly, being actually a makeup artist and being really amazing at makeup and knowing your stuff and knowing the science behind it and all that, that's great. But sitting and doing, for example, Wayne Goss, I don't know if you guys watch him. Wayne Goss, the makeup artist, most amazing makeup artist on YouTube. Most amazing. He knows his stuff. He knows the science behind makeup and products and stuff like that, which is great, because if you are going to do something, I say commit completely and wholly to it. Don't, you know, kind of bullshit about it and, you know, oh, I'm just going to sit here in front of my videos and be a beauty guru and I'm just going to hold up products and say, hey, get this because it's cool. Don't do that. I know there are a lot of girls on here who do that, and maybe I do that, but I think I do my research on stuff, and I try to teach people why you do this, and that's a great thing. But if you're going to pick something and you love it, whether it's doing makeup or hair or math or whatever, devote yourself to it. Be an expert at it, because then you can teach other people, and not only that, you'll have the pride and be able to say, I am amazing at this, and nobody else can be amazing at that in the way that you're amazing at it. And this goes along with reading books. I love reading more self-help books, more nonfiction books. I like to really know things. And one of my biggest struggles is math, and I told you guys that in my last video. Math has always been extremely hard for me. And, you know, I decided this year, my freshman year of college, that I was not going to hate math anymore. I was not going to BS around in math anymore, that I was going to do the best that I can at math. Now, I might not become a math whiz, I might not be, you know, amazing mathematician, but I can do my best. You can always do your best. So I bought this book, and I'm reading it, and I'm getting through algebra. So, another thing that will help you lead a more positive life is to enjoy yourself by yourself, without TV, without computer, maybe even without a book, without music, just sitting there, enjoying yourself, reflecting on things that have happened, just enjoying your own company. you know, you can do something, you know, you don't have to sit there staring at a wall, but maybe if it's reading, if you like to read, you know, a fiction book, or, you know, make friendship bracelets or whatever, just doing something alone by yourself, no interruptions, just you in your head. Start talking and writing about your feelings, or writing about your feelings. I never really got down with the writing my feelings down because I'm way better at talking. So when I was younger, when I was in 8th grade all the way up to senior year, I had a therapist, because it's just so important when you're going through that time in your life where you're transitioning and you're becoming an adult, to have someone to talk to about those feelings. And I know everybody can't get a therapist. If you are on Medicaid, they do have therapists. A lot of therapists takes Medicaid. I mean, yeah, Medicaid. And also, if you want your school counselor, that's what your school counselor is there for. I would definitely talk to my school counselor, and I know I did. Also, talking to a parent, maybe not a parent, maybe like a family friend, an aunt, someone who's kind of separated from being like your direct authority figure, because some of the stuff you might want to talk to them about might be kind of difficult for your parents to hear, that stuff that you're going through. So, yeah. Talking about your feelings and what you're going through can be really helpful. Even me, I know I'm not perfect, and sometimes I'm not the best at responding to you guys. But I'm going to do my best this year to make sure I respond to you guys pretty much all the time. I definitely respond if you sent me a YouTube message, though. I pretty much always respond. Next, put good feeling foods in your body. And what I mean is, think about how you feel after you eat something. After I eat a burger, while I'm eating it, it tastes good. My taste buds are satisfied and they're being stimulated in a good way. I like the way it feels. After I've digested it, after it's off my tongue and it's in my stomach, afterwards I feel kind of queasy. I have to go to the bathroom. You know what I'm saying. Don't just eat foods that give you that instant satisfaction, that instant gratification of, this tastes good. What about foods that go in tasting good, go in your stomach, they feel good, they give your body nutrients, and then they go out feeling good. They don't hurt when they come out, if you know what I mean. So, I'm not saying cut out all this stuff, no sugar, no wheat, blah, blah, blah. But, what about adding some things like fresh fruits and vegetables? Juice does not count. Canned fruit doesn't count. Buy fresh fruit, an apple, a pear, a banana, pineapple, whatever. Fresh fruit in your body. And fresh vegetables like carrot sticks or celery sticks or whatever, something easy. It doesn't even have to be something you have to cook, but at least having 1 or 2 a day, fresh vegetables and fruit a day. Really important. If you can't get more, I understand, but at least 1 fresh fruit and 1 fresh vegetable. And the next thing is get out of the house. I know I have a tough time with this. Sometimes I like to lay around the house all day, but if you think about it, it kind of doesn't make you feel good to lay around the house all day. Or it doesn't make me feel good. So get out. You don't have to, you can go walk your dog, play with your dog. If you don't have a dog, just go outside and walk around your neighborhood, look at the birds and the trees and all that stuff. It can be kind of fun. Take your digital camera out and take pictures of the sky. I used to love doing that at school. At boarding school, I had this one photography class, and we used to go outside and we used to take pictures of stuff, and I used to love taking pictures of the sky because different angles and stuff, it just made it just really pretty pictures. Next. Find a hobby. This is to stimulate your mind. Find some sort of hobby. Do you like sewing, knitting? Maybe if you don't know you like something, you just want to try something new. This can be something that you're doing when you're sitting down. It doesn't have to be some sort of active hobby. You know, what else could you do? Cooking, baking, whatever. Pick something, buy a book, read it, learn how to do something. Or And the next thing is to stimulate your body. So find an activity you like to do. Something where you're not sitting down. You're standing up, moving around, or doing some sort of physical activity. That could be swimming, intramural sports, flag football leagues, dodgeball, what is it called? I used to do roller derby. I didn't used to do roller derby, but roller derby sounds really awesome and I really want to try it. But you have to be like 21 to do the one here in Atlanta. Anyway, roller hockey, ice hockey, any of those things could be really fun. I used to inline skate a lot. Just consider those things, different things that you haven't tried before. Just try them. Don't be embarrassed. Sometimes you get scared, you think people are looking at you, and most of the time if people are at a gym or if they're exercising, they're not paying attention to what other people are doing. Next, take some time for reflection. Sometimes work weeks can be hectic and stuff like that. And just sitting down and thinking about what has happened and just thinking, being in your head. It can feel really good and you learn stuff about yourself. Get some sleep. This is really important and I have a tough time with it because I have insomnia. I self-diagnosed myself with all these things, so when I say I have something, unless I tell you my doctor told me I do, it's self-diagnosed. But I have a really tough time going to sleep. Anyway, I don't know. I'm really active at night. My brain is really active at night, especially if I haven't done any sort of physical activity during the day. And that's why physical activity and stuff like that is so important, because if you're eating a large amount of calories throughout the day and you're not burning them, you will have a lot of extra energy in your body and you won't be able to sleep at night because your body still wants to burn that energy, but it can't because you're sleeping. Or because you're laying in the bed watching TV trying to go to sleep. So I say 30 minutes before it's time to go to sleep, shut off the TV, shut off the computer, get off the phone, and just lay in your bed and relax. Brush your teeth, wash your face, do all that stuff, and then just lay in the bed and relax. I light a candle and I read a book. Reading a book is really great, especially if it's a really boring book. It'll help you go to sleep. At least some books help me go to sleep. Next is take care of your looks. Taking care of your looks is really important. And I know it may sound a little bit superficial, but it's really important. Two channels that I really want to talk to you guys about, and I'm going to do a video on both of these channels, but Dawn Del Russo and Wayne Goss the makeup artist, those two channels here on YouTube, go check them out. Dawn Del Russo is fashion and lifestyle, and Wayne Goss is makeup, and both amazing gurus. She is not super popular. She doesn't have like a ton of following, but she's got like 200 some videos all about little fashion tidbits, and she talks a lot about accessories, and she actually does talk about plus size style sometimes. She has 2 videos that come to mind that she's talking specifically about plus size style. So definitely go check her out, and of course my channel. I have stuff on here, and you can request things, what you want to see. And then you know, doing your hair in the morning. If you look bad, if you go out of the house wearing sweatpants and nasty Ugg boots and, you know, you just don't feel good. It doesn't make you feel pretty. It just doesn't. You don't have to look pretty for everybody else, but you want to look in the mirror and say, I look good. If you look in the mirror with your Ugg boots and your sweatpants and your hair, you know, whatever done is for you not done, then, you know, if you like that, fine. If you feel good, fine. Work it. Don't apologize for it. But if you know you just rolled out of bed and you look at yourself and you're like, oh, and you want to put on the biggest sweatshirt or whatever you can find and hide from the world, that's not going to work. It doesn't work. People see you, and they see you even more if you look sloppy. Not only that, you take care of yourself, and when people see that you're taking care of yourself and that you care about you, they care about you. That goes along with the whole dating thing. Guys don't want to date a girl who looks like she doesn't care about herself, because that means you don't have any time that you probably won't care for them. You get what I'm saying? So definitely care for your looks. Do your hair, do your nails. I do my own nails. I do my own toes, but if you want to pay to get it done, go ahead and be my guest. Taking care of yourself is really important. So now that we have that whole list out of the way, first video I am going to do next is going to be about the naked affirmations, and I'm going to give you some things that you can say to yourself in the mirror. And then we're just going to go by, and those are probably going to be shorter videos, so just a little snippet of videos. So alright guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you're feeling good. I hope you're doing well. And yeah, oh, I went walking today. I didn't say that. I forgot that. I did go walking today. That's why I'm wearing the same clothes that I was wearing in yesterday's video. I did go walking. You definitely want to make sure that you are walking at a good pace. Get some music and walk to the pace of your music, and make sure your heart is pumping and you're sweating. Even if it's kind of cold, you should still be sweating and your heart should be beating fast. If you feel like you're going downhill the whole time, you need to turn around and walk up. There you go. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll talk to you later. Bye!